the Sea Dogs podcast.
The shoots.
All things Scarborough Athletic FC.
Yes, Will Thornton, the captain.
This is The Coast.
That's a goal, 1-0 for Scarborough.
Hello and welcome to episode 70 of the Sea Dogs podcast, all things Scarborough Athletic FC. With me, Paddy Billington, lifelong Boro fan, and brought to you by This Is The Coast, the local commercial radio station for the Yorkshire coast. And in this episode, the pitch work is completed. Fair to say, Jono was impressed.
I think my first reaction was it looked like Wembley when I first walked out.
Here's Councillor Simon Myers.
Looks beautiful, delivered on time, under budget. That's something a councillor is really pleased to see.
Trevor Bull says it will get looked after, this pitch.
It's going to be very closely monitored. Everyone active here have been challenged to keep it absolutely right, but they've got the equipment to do it.
And also coming up in this episode, we speak to Steve Penny, who's written that amazing book, well over 300 pages long, all about Boro's season in exile in Bridlington. He's on the pod very, very soon. Now, you can get this podcast wherever you get your podcasts from. So we're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on YouTube. We're always at thisisthecoast.co.uk, and ask your smart speaker to play the latest episode of the Sea Dogs podcast. Right, we're recording this on Friday the 3rd of July. Yesterday morning, myself and my lad Leo, who's doing work experience with his dad all this week, we went along to a press call at Scarborough Sports Village, and it was all about the fact that the pitch work has been completed. We got a new pitch. So we spoke to Willmott Dixon, the contractors. We spoke to North Yorkshire Council as well, and we spoke to Trevor Bull, Boro's chairman, and also Will Watts from Scarborough Ladies. But first, here's Jono Greening with his thoughts on the new pitch. But not only that, we have a chat about those new signings that they've just announced too, and how it's been getting back with the lads after a couple of months apart.
Well, like everybody, I've seen obviously the pictures on social media, but it's great to come down today. It looks absolutely unbelievable. I think my first reaction was it looked like Wembley when I first walked out, but yeah, I think it's absolutely incredible. Obviously, you know, it's been a difficult year, playing no home games here for a year. I think the players have missed it, even though, you know, they were incredible last year in terms of the performances. We're playing like probably 51 games away from home. But, you know, it's great to be back. Great to be back at the stadium. Great to see the pitch. The goals are just getting fixed now. So hopefully by the end of the day, it'll be looking like a normal football pitch again.
We could definitely do with some goals. That would be quite an important part. It does look fantastic, and it was difficult, wasn't it, playing in Bridlington? And the team did so well. But I was looking back at some of the highlights recently, and that pitch was so bobbly in the end, wasn't it? It made it very difficult. Yeah,
it was difficult, but we might not be here, without Bridlington Town's help. Letting us play there for the full year. It was difficult at times with the surface, but the boys played really well throughout the season. Difficult conditions, but like I said, without Brid Town's help, we might have folded. Obviously, the council, who promised us to get the pitch ready for the start of this season to help us out, have done good on the word, and it's all ready to go. Ready for that first pre-season game at home against Barnsley. I think it's the 25th, if I'm right, which will be a great day for everybody. So fingers crossed we can get loads of supporters down to support the boys on that day. First game back at home. Everyone's excited about it. We had our first training session on Tuesday night, and the boys are really looking forward to getting back and playing here. And if you look back at not last season but the previous 4 seasons, we've had some really good performances and good times here, so we need to get this place bouncing again.
So yesterday, a couple of announcements of new signings, which is always exciting for fans, isn't it, after a couple of departures? So just tell us about those you've brought in and what your hopes for them.
Well, Luke Hall, he's played against me quite a few times over the last 4 or 5 years. He's a player who I really like. He can play 3 or 4 positions. He can play on the right of a front 3, left of a front 3, number 10, maybe striker if needed. And he can also play, wide positions in 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1. He's technically good. He's got a really good left peg. He gets a lot of assists. He's got, a wonderful left foot. He can cross. He can find the through ball. He needs to probably score more goals. I've had a chat with him about that because technically he's got the ability to score more goals. So that's probably what I want more from him. But in terms of general play, he's quite experienced. And I think he'll fit into the group really well. And Mo Federa is a player I've known for a while. He came into I2I Academy quite a few years ago. He ended up playing for Garforth, did well for them. Obviously got his move to to York City. Being a young lad, he's been sent on loan a couple of times. He played against us for Scunny a couple of years ago, and he came on last 30 minutes and did really well. So one I've kept an eye on. He obviously got released from York at the end of the season, so I was trying to get him in. But he's fast, he's direct, he can take players on, he's got a bit of skill. He probably needs to work on his game knowledge, his positional sense, which we know. So it's all about developing him and trying to make him see the game from different perspectives. But that's our job, is to make him a better player. But I think in time he could be really good for us.
And any more on the horizon?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I probably spoke to about 40, 50 players this year. Most of the players, Luke was one of the top players I wanted to bring in. There was probably another list of 25. Unfortunately, us being part-time is a bit of a killer, because a lot of the players want to stay full-time. A lot of the players want, big money, which we just can't pay. And, it's been difficult, but, we're happy with the two we've got in. Hawley's experienced. We've got a young lad in Mo who's young and wants to learn and get better, which we think we can do. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get one more, maybe two if possible. I think we probably need it, but it just depends on finances at the moment. Finances are low with what happened last year. So we just have to be really careful, and I'd never put the club in trouble. So we're always looking, we're always talking, but it has to be the right fit for not just us. It has to be the right fit for the player. The player actually has to want to come here, not just for the money.
You're always keen, aren't you, to bring in people that do fit the club, and you've got a number of players actually who've been here for such a long time now, those 200 plus appearances, which is great, isn't it? And they'll do a great job of selling the club to players as well. How did they all come back, by the way? Was everyone fit? Did anyone get a bit of grief for having a bit too much fun and relaxation abroad?
Yeah, there was a couple who got a bit of grief, but I was generally quite happy with the way they've come back. We always give them an 8-week programme to do on their own, and they've come back really well. We had a tough session on Tuesday night, and it was really hot in York as well, so tough conditions. But there was a lot of running involved, a lot of football. The boys put the work in, and they're looking really good. But pre-season's always, it's a bit boring, it's a bit cliche, but it's always about building up. But they look good on Tuesday, and every training session they'll get fitter and stronger, and every game they play, and hopefully we'll be flying by start the first game of the season in August.
And these new training tops, they're very smart, aren't they?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, really. I think the players are really happy with the training gear, and the staff are really happy with the training gear. It's always good. It's always really nice, and it's always really well thought of. And I think it usually goes on sale for the people to buy as well. Yeah. So that'll be good.
Waiting in line. Right, thanks for your time. Cheers. Cheers, Jono.
All right, Pat.
The Sea Dogs Podcast.
Jimmy Beadle here. That Sea Dogs Podcast. It's all right,
And this is episode 70 of the Sea Dogs Podcast, all things Scarborough Athletic FC. And actually, as we record this on Friday morning, I can't actually believe that Scarborough are going to be playing in just over 24 hours' time in the first pre-season game against Tadcaster Albion away. Football really is back. Loads more to come. We're going to hear from Councillor Simon Myers from North Yorkshire Council. We're also going to hear from the contractors, Willmott Dixon, who've been doing all the repair work and laying the new pitch. We'll also hear from Will Watts from Scarborough Ladies. They're going to benefit, of course, with access to the pitch again. We'll also hear from Steve Penny, who's written that book about Borough's season in exile. That is on sale now, so we'll find out all about that very shortly as well in this bumper podcast, episode 70 of the Sea Dogs Podcast. Next up, Chairman Trevor Bull and his thoughts on the pitch.
It's far superior to the last pitch. It's far superior to even when the first pitch was laid back in 2017, so really delighted with it.
So, obviously, the other pitch was well used, and this is going to be well used again, isn't it? So, I mean, are there any concerns about usage?
It's allowed less use, so there'll be less use, unfortunately, because of the grade of the pitch. So it's going to be very closely monitored. Everyone active here have been challenged to keep it absolutely right. But they've got the equipment to do it. It should be okay.
And I know it's empty here at the moment, but just the fact that the season is going to be back here again, everything just feels like home again, doesn't it? But of course, there's still a lot to do, and on the 12th of July, you're going to get a lot of people down here to help you out and get it ready for the season.
Yeah, there's still a lot of work to do, but our supporters are great. They're going to come down. We're going to be sweeping and pressure washing and just tidying the place up. Some painting's required. That's been started. But it's just great to have everyone back in Scarborough and able to come to matches, because a lot of elderly people, and particularly disabled people, found it too difficult to get to Bridlington. So we're looking forward to welcoming everybody back at the Scarborough Sports Village.
Have you got a bit of a wish list with some of the things you want to do that are maybe different to how it was before?
Get promoted.
I'm into the ground, Trevor, but obviously that's always the ambition.
Yeah, no, we're just sprucing it up, because it looks quite weird at the moment, because there's not a single advertising board around the pitch. Just shows how that adds to the atmosphere as well. So they've all got to go back up as well. But no, it's just to get it spick and span. We're looking at perhaps some different catering options and that sort of thing, because we want people to have a great time.
I did like the stage that you put in last time. Are you going to look after us again this season?
Oh yeah. We've actually had to increase the size of the press area as well. So yeah, we'll be doing all that.
Yeah, lovely. Teas, coffees, biscuits, and all that sort of stuff. If that's all right. Yeah.
You just love being up there on that.
I do. I really do. I do. So yeah, and lots to look forward to. And obviously, we've had an announcement of a couple of new signings as well. They seem pretty exciting players, don't they?
Yeah, I met them both on Tuesday evening. Went over to training. A couple of good kids. They're very fast, a pair of them, so we like that. So yeah, there's much to look forward to. And John has got some trialists as well, so we'll see if any of them make the grade.
Yeah, and I know a lot of the players who have been with us for a while, they know what it's like to play here, and they'll be chomping at the bit to get back in front of the home fans here, won't they?
Well, absolutely. They've missed that support, and don't forget, Rio Allen, he's never played in front of this crowd, so he's absolutely busted a gut to get down here and start playing.
The Sea Dogs Podcast.
And it's episode 70 of the Sea Dogs Podcast. Next, let's speak to Will Watts from Scarborough Ladies. This is another club that have had to face a difficult 12 months away from Scarborough, and he says they are really, really excited to get back to Scarborough Sports Village.
We've got 120 girls desperate to get back onto a better than a 4G pitch now, isn't it? So no, really desperate to get back on the all-weather. We've been scattered around for the last season. It's been a bit of a nightmare keeping track of everyone, but yeah, coming back, bring the girls home. Can't wait to get them back on it.
Yeah, how has it been in the last season?
It's just been challenging, logistics, keeping track of everybody, and when you're a club, you want all your players in one place, and we haven't been able to do that. So it'd be really nice to see all those girls from 5 to 18 in the same venue at the same time, doing their thing, enjoying their football, and that's what it's all about.
So they're quite keen to protect the pitch at the moment, but have you managed to head on it and test the surface yet?
No. I'm going to leave that to Jono and his boys. They can do the first test run, and then we'll see what it's like.
Yeah, but it looks great, doesn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, stood here, it's like a different world from what it was when it came out. So no, it's brilliant work by everyone, by the council, by the contractors, everybody involved, and great for Scarborough, great for football, and bring it home.
And how's it going with Scarborough Ladies? Because like you say, there's a lot of people involved now, isn't there?
Yeah, it's brilliant. We've got teams at every age group now, all the way up to 18s. We've got a recruitment day in a couple of weeks coming up, so look for that online if you want to give it a go. And yeah, we're there for every girl. Any girl in Scarborough and the Yorkshire Coast who wants to play football, we will put you on the pitch, give you a game, get you playing football.
And that was Will Watts from Scarborough Ladies. It's episode 70 of the Sea Dogs Podcast. We'll chat to Steve Penny soon about his amazing new book, over 300 pages long, all about Boro's season in exile at Bridlington. So that is definitely one to purchase, with some of the profits going to the football club as well. So the more copies that he sells, the more money raised for the club. More on that shortly. Next up, though, we hear from Councillor Simon Myers from North Yorkshire Council. He is the council's executive member for culture, arts and housing, and fair to say he is over the moon with how the work has progressed, and as he told me, on time and under budget.
I'll tell you what, it's a dream come true. 12 months ago, it was fraught with difficulties, fraught with cost, fraught with deadlines, the importance of getting the club back here for the season, and here we are today. Looks beautiful, delivered on time, under budget. That's something a councillor is really pleased to see.
Yeah, and obviously it's going to really breathe life into Scarborough Athletic and Scarborough Ladies, etc., and the community. It's an asset that the community lost for a while as well.
Absolutely, belongs to the community. It's, Scarborough Sports Village belongs to the community. It doesn't belong to councillors. So no, it's here for them, and I just hope everybody will rally round now and get back playing on this pitch. Support the athletic club, support the ladies, get their kids out here playing over the summer. That's what we're here for.
Because it is a great facility and it's a great football ground as well for the club, for Scarborough Athletic, and over the years they've built extra stands and stuff and turned it into a proper football stadium. But like you say, at its heart it still remains a community asset. But it's a great facility, isn't it? And for Scarborough, who got into the playoffs playing away from home last season, very, very encouraging for hopefully another really good season for them.
And no excuses now.
Well, that's true, isn't it? No bobbly pitch. No bobbly pitch. Yeah. So, like you say, done under budget, on time, all that sort of stuff. I mean, fans were like, "Is it ever going to happen?" Because that's what people are like, aren't they? Very, very sceptical. It's not going to happen. I've not seen any work done yet. But once the work started happening, which was at the start of the year, it's all happened very, very quickly, isn't it?
Yeah, and hats off to the contractors, actually, Willmott Dixon, and to the officers at North Yorkshire Council for just really pushing to get this done in time. There's been a lot of work, but it's worth it to stand here today and see it finished. And to not see a headline in the papers, North Yorkshire Council doesn't care, North Yorkshire Council can't deliver anything. Yeah, we can, we can do it on time and under budget.
And you're hoping to watch a game here?
I'm coming to the Barnsley match.
That'll be great, won't it? And hopefully lots of other people will.
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely.
Thanks for your time.
Bless you.
The Sea Dogs Podcast, all things Scarborough Athletic FC.
Next we'll hear from Willmott Dixon. This is Ed Pearson, commercial manager at Willmott Dixon. This, of course, the company who did all the work.
Just talk about the challenge that you've had, since it was discovered that there were issues here.
Well, I think we obviously worked with the council very closely early on to identify what the cause of the issue was, and then very, very quickly establish what we needed to do to get it back into its sort of full use. And from that point onwards, it's been pretty seamless, I would suggest. Yeah.
Any challenges during that journey once you did discover what the problem was?
Well, the main thing we were worried about, if I'm honest with you, was the weather.
Right. Yeah.
So very early on, because we started earlier in the year, it was a lot colder. The one thing we thought could prove a challenge is we had a protracted period of poor weather. Mm-hmm. But as it turned out, we didn't have any of that at all. So yeah, it went exactly as we anticipated and finished a little bit earlier than we expected to as well.
And seeing it, it looks better than I think you would expect it to look, weirdly. And maybe that is just because of what the previous pitch was and the grade of pitch that was and the condition that it got into. But it just looks fantastic. I think when people see it for the first time, they're going to be blown away by it, which is weird, isn't it? Because it's just a football pitch at the end of the day. But it's a very special high-grade one, isn't it?
It is just a football pitch, but the council made it pretty clear early on how important it was to the community, and that was something that we were really focus on. And yeah, I have to say, this is the first time I've seen it completed, and it looks magnificent. It looks absolutely superb. So hopefully it will stay like that for many years to come as well.
Yeah, and I think they are planning on limiting use a little bit, which of course, if that helps preserve the lifespan of the pitch, is good. But it will still be a community asset, of course. It's just managing overuse, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm no expert on football pitches, but as I understand it, it's a really high quality pitch, and I would expect it to stay like this for many years to come.
You've got a history of building some stuff in this immediate area and also the new hub in Whitby.
We have, yeah. We just we completed a number of years ago the two university buildings right next door, so they went really well, and just on with now the Whitby Maritime Hub as well.
Ed Pearson there from Willmott Dixon. And if you want to find out more about the new pitch and see some of our drone video footage, it really does look incredible, then have a look at thisisthecoast.co.uk in the Yorkshire Coast News section. Next on the Sea Dogs Podcast, episode 70, Steve Penny, who's been a Boro fan for 50 years, and you've written a book all about Scarborough's season in Brid. What is the book called?
It's Home is Away, a season in exile with Scarborough Athletic.
And it's quite a big book, this one, isn't it?
It's a lot bigger than I expected, actually. It's coming at 330 pages, about 120,000 words. It was 150,000, but that wouldn't fit through people's letterboxes, so I had to trim it down a little bit.
Right, wow. You have to think all sorts of different things, don't you, when you're writing a book? Won't fit through people's letterboxes. Yeah, that wouldn't be any good at all, would it? When did you decide you were going to do this book then?
I've been living down in East Anglia for quite a few years now, so I only ever got to saw Boro once or twice a season at home, and whenever they were down that way. But the vagaries of National League North did mean I saw quite a few games down there. But I moved up to North Lincolnshire near Gainsborough last April, so I knew I'd be able to see a few games. And then I was lucky enough to win a competition to win a season ticket. So seeing as I was going to be going to every game, I thought, well, I'm usually publishing books for other people as part of my main job. I'll write one of my own. And then word got out to a company I used to work with, non-league paper, who asked me to do cover Scarborough games for them, which meant I was able to give the season ticket back to donate to somebody else. So I actually got paid to go to Scarborough and do a book at the same time.
Yeah, that's like the perfect life, isn't it, really? That is.
It was, yes.
So there's an awful lot of people that feature in this book, which is great. You've kind of covered everyone, haven't you?
I've tried to give people a flavour of what makes the club tick and why it's such a family club. Obviously, the players, a couple of the players are in there. Will Thornton and Alex Wiles saying about his injury misery. Obviously had a chat with Jono, and then some of the club officials, Trevor Bull, Rhea Hunt, and a few other people behind the scenes, Bill Hunter in the programme shop, the kit man, the first aid man, basically everybody that makes Boro the club it is.
And it's a great time capsule, isn't it, for what was a very challenging season for the club, albeit a successful one on the pitch, to reach our highest ever position, despite, predictions that Boro would probably be favourites to go down because of everything that was going on.
Well, that was it. I've done a couple of books in the past, so more of a general nature of Yorkshire football, and somewhere along the line I've struck gold. I did one following Harrogate Railway, and that ended up in the FA Cup second round. Various other ones where there's been a tale to tell. So I was hoping there'd be something along that lines for Boro. I did hope that might be the FA Trophy, but that was the usual tale of woe. But then obviously, I must admit, survival was the main thing. If we'd have finished fifth from bottom, I'd have been happy with that. So to get through to the playoffs was fantastic. It just did mean the book was delayed a little bit in coming out to make sure, the hope was that we'd go all the way to the final, but the quarter-final wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I'm thinking you might have had to change the front cover photo had we won promotion, yeah?
Oh, definitely, yes. I tried to get a picture of happy fans on the front, but obviously they'd have been a lot happier had we gone up.
Yeah, so highlights and lowlights for the season? Because, for us fans of the club, we remember a few moments, but when you're putting pen to paper and you're kind of detailing everything and speaking to so many people, you must have a much better memory of all the highs and lows from the last 12 months or so.
Yeah, I must admit, at the time, a lot of it sort of passed me by. It's only when I've sort of started transcribing my notes and writing the book, you realise how much it meant. The worst game was probably Chorley, I think it was, the 0-0 draw. But that was also possibly the best game because of the visit from the Dutch Sea Dogs and the fantastic atmosphere and how everybody got cheered when they left the changing rooms 3/4 of an hour after the game had finished. Obviously, the highlight was probably Will Thornton scoring that last-minute winner at Darlington. That was just phenomenal. It was, that's what the game's all about. As for the best game, that was probably South Shields at home, where people beforehand were saying if we get away with 5-0, 6-0 defeat, we'd have done well. 2-0 down with 10 minutes to go. You think, well, that's not too bad. And then we somehow managed to snatch a draw.
Yeah, there were certainly some great moments, actually, in that season. I remember the Will Thornton goal as well, away at Darlington. That was very special, wasn't it? With so many Darlow fans there and their hopes to try and get in the playoffs, and we just seemed to be hitting form at the right time around that particular period. It was the Easter weekend, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah. And it was quite bizarre, really, because we lost 1-0 at home to Darlington, and we were all moaning and groaning, saying we deserved at least a point. And then we went to Darlington, and they were moaning and groaning, saying, we should have had a point. Well, surely both sets of fans will be happier with 3 points each than 2 draws and 1 point, 2 points.
Yeah, so obviously we didn't quite make it, but like you say, the key was just to survive the season. Let's not forget, I mean, I remember speaking to Trevor Bull, who was in tears, literally in tears, while I was chatting to him, with his fears that the club might go under, a bit like the old club did.
Well, that was it. I mean, at the start of the season, once we got the ground, people were a little bit happier, thinking at least the club will be playing this season. But then obviously behind the scenes, come January, there were genuine fears that the club wouldn't survive the season. There wasn't enough coming in. We got a little boost from the Dutch Sea Dogs. Suddenly 450 new shareholders turned up. And somehow we managed to limp through the season. So that was a success, that we've still got a club to look forward to, now playing on what is an actual pitch again rather than just a building site.
So this is a book that I think every Scarborough fan will definitely want a copy of, and it's on Amazon, isn't it? Is that the best place for people to get it?
The cheapest place is direct from me. It's £15. There'll be quite a few away games pre-season, as well as the away kit launch. So there's a special price of £15. Amazon or eBay is £16. eBay is probably the best if people can't speak to me direct. And
actually, some of the profits do go back to the club, is that right?
That's right. A quarter of all the profits are going to the club. At the moment, it's just about broken even, and I've got 200 copies to sell, so it'll be a fair chunk. Will hopefully help the club sort of get their funds built up again after the big spend I had to do last year.
Yeah, and totally, obviously we're looking forward to next season very much. There is just that little concern that people's expectations might be super high now after reaching the playoffs last time round. It is going to be difficult this season, although we were saying exactly the same last season, but there are more full-time clubs. Hednesford have come up and gone full-time. You know, more and more clubs do that every season. And obviously with the departure of Stephen Walker, it's very hard to get a striker in who you know is going to bang in 20 or so goals for you, which is kind of what you need if you want to be at the top end of the table. So it's about managing expectations, but hopefully the club will get that boost for being back in Scarborough, and the attendances will be really high, hopefully as a result of that. And with some good results, hopefully it'll stay high, and that will all help on the pitch, won't it? The new pitch as well.
That's the theory. I mean, but last time we went to Scarborough, having been in Bridlington for 10 years, and we'd come from Brid with average crowds of, 200-300. This time we're going back to Scarborough, a lot higher level, and with a bigger fan base. So hopefully we're going to be looking at thick end of 2,000 every home game. My concern is, yes, we've got rid of our 2 strikers, but Rio Allen will be a year older, a year more physical, if you like. So I would expect he'll get a few goals.
Well, it's going to be great, and well done on the book. And in terms of everything else that you're on, are you working on anything else at the moment?
I've just started work on a book about South Yorkshire. Norman Rimington, the Barnsley legend, he went to the club when he was 15 as a youth apprentice, moved up as player, coach, he was manager briefly, went to Hartlepool, came back to Barnsley and finally retired at 92, I think he was, as kitman. So that's a fascinating story to tell. That's out by November, and a couple of other people's memoirs, as well as the various magazines and newspapers I put together for various companies. So, yeah, busy, but not too busy to get to Boro on Saturday afternoons.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, I look forward to seeing you there on the terraces. Thanks so much for your time, and good luck with the sales of the book. Home is Away, a season in exile with Scarborough Athletic. All right, thanks for your time.
Thanks very much, Paddy.
Steve Penny there, and as he said, he will be at the away kit launch, which is later as we record this podcast. So if you're listening before that, I'm going to be there as well, and it's at Scholars Bar. I think fun gets underway at 7. The kit launch, the away kit launch, very exciting, is going to be at 8 at Scholars Bar. If you're listening afterwards, well, you'll know all about that. But there are other ways to get hold of the book. Home is Away is also available in Mrs. Lofthouse's Emporium on Queen Street in Scarborough. You can also get it at the Hideout on Columbus Ravine. And also direct from Steve as well. You can find Steve Penny on social media. Well, that is just about it for episode 70 of the Sea Dogs podcast. What we're hoping for the next one is to have some in-depth interviews with the new signings. Luke Hall and Mo Federa will post on our social media pages and in the Boro supporters group when that goes live. Don't forget, you can get this podcast wherever you get your podcasts from, and reviews are great as well. If you can leave a positive review, that always helps the podcast get out there as well. Thanks for listening, and up the Boro!
The Sea Dogs Podcast.